Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this message, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I am a young woman who is only aged 23 years old. At the time when I met up with this other guy whom I dumped last year, but he's still following me. This guy, he has attempted to end his own life twice. Last year he tried it once, then on New Year's Day he then did it again. He tried to end his life, but fortunately enough, his sister was around and found out that this is what he was trying to do. So as for now, his family and my family, they are trying to force me to return back home, which is in Bulawayo. Currently, I am staying in another city. So they are saying that I should return back to Bulawayo so that I can be married to him. Already, my parents, they have been given some money. And when they were given this money, it was to let them know that this man, he wanted to get married to me. Anyway, this is more like an arranged marriage. At first, I was in love with this guy, but after using some charms on him, because he had found out that I had a habit of constantly cheating on him, and I blame myself and I blame everyone whom I had surrounded myself with at the time when I was in university. And this made me to constantly cheat on my boyfriend, my husband-to-be. And when I found out that other men out there were much more powerful in bed than he was, I then started not loving him, and I wanted a man who could satisfy me in bed rather than him who only do it once and sleep. So that is my story, my brother. Well, the way that my story started, it was 3 years ago when me and my mom, we started going to this other church. We attended that church for a very long time. That was when we went for this other conference. And whilst we were at that conference, when everyone heard that I was studying at university during the youth camp, that was when I was told that I was supposed to come to the elder's house. This man that I used charms on, he is an elder's son. So me and my mom, we then went to the elder's house, and I saw that everything that was being done, this was the beginning of an arranged relationship. Well, the guy was cute, but I didn't know that in bed he was a nobody. He could not perform at all. Out on the outwards appearance, you can say that here I have found a really good man, but when you are in bed, he is just like a sissy. He is lazy to eat that thing. Well, after we had been introduced to each other, we then changed the place where we were worshiping because we were going to another assembly. Then we started going to another assembly where the elder and his son were attending so that we can be much closer to them. It then happened that after they had arranged everything, we were then taken to the pastor so that we can receive the pastor's blessings. Initially, we had been told that we were not allowed to be seen walking together like alone, and we were not allowed to touch each other as in even romance or kiss each other. This was supposed to be done only after our wedding day. But my brother, with the phones and everything, we would regularly be in communication. The guy will get out of the house and he would come to my place, and I would let him through the window. Then early in the morning he would go. The first day that he came to my place, I saw that indeed there was fire. He showed me fire on that night, and I was really satisfied with him. But the next time around, when this guy came, he could not even perform. He was just too lazy and he slept. Well, it was time for me to return back to varsity. When I returned back to varsity, already feeling hungry for a man, I then followed the advice of my friends, and they said that if he is not giving you that much, you need to enjoy yourself before you get married to him. because after the wedding day, then you can't keep on cheating on him. So they told me that since this was like my last year in university, I had to go wild and really go wild. I then started dating a lot of men, and mostly the men that I was dating, they were our lecturers that I was dating. Life was really good, my brother. It even reached a point whereby I had forgotten totally about this guy. Then this guy, since his father has a couple of business, the father then spoke with some of his friends so that they can offer his son a job, because he was complaining because I was no longer like communicating with him on a daily basis. Then his father got him a job in the city where I was attending this certain university. He came and he told me that we were supposed to stay together, since already his family had went to pay something for my bride price. But I didn't like it, my brother. I didn't like it at all, because I used to have freedom, and when this guy came to the city where I was staying, all of the freedom was gone. Well, I then got advice from my friends, and they said that whenever you want to be with your boyfriend, you can just lie to him that you are studying. There is no way that he would be following you around when you tell him that you are at varsity and you are busy studying. So that is what I used to do whenever I would feel like I just want to hang around with men, with one of my many boyfriends. I'll just tell him that I am going to study. Then he never he never caught me cheating, until one day this other guy, me and him, we were like madly in love. At that time, early in the morning, he had told me that he was supposed to drive back to Bulawayo with his father's friend. So I was happy that at least I was going to have some freedom, and I was tired of sleeping around at different guest house, pretending as if I was at my girlfriend's place. I had even linked up my own WhatsApp with one of my friends, so that whenever I'll be having a boyfriend, then the guy, when you would want to speak with me, then my friend can pretend as if she is me, but not sending voice notes, just sending text messages. We used to do this, me and my friends. So this guy, what I didn't know is that he had actually trapped me. He had pretended as if he was on his way going to Bulawayo, and I fell for it, because along the way, because this guy, what he had done in the past is that he had taken some pictures which he had stored in his laptop. So he took these pictures as if so this guy, what he had done in the past, when he was leaving Harare, headed towards Bulawayo, he had taken some pictures of himself in places whereby I knew that this guy is on his way to Bulawayo. So what he was doing was that he would send me a picture in one spot, then an hour later he would send me a picture in another spot, and I was like happy, because at the place where they were now, I knew that even if their car was going to be stuck, there was no way they were going to return so quickly. I then informed my boyfriend, and he said that, where are we supposed to meet up? I told him that I don't want us to go to the guest house like we used to go to a lodge. I just wanted us to hang around at my boyfriend's place. So the guy then came, parked his car, and then we started enjoying ourselves. Just like when we had finished, there was a knock on the door, and there was nowhere to hide, because this was just a one-bedroomed apartment. So the guy kept on knocking, and I opened the door and I started to cry, and it was just fake crying. It was just crocodile tears. I was not even sorry at all, because this guy, I was tired of him not hitting it enough whereby I'll be able to be satisfied. I wanted to tell him right there and there, but I felt sorry for him when he started crying as well. Then my boyfriend left, and he then said, so do you love me or do you love that man? I saw an opportunity. I told him that I loved him, but the way that he was pressurizing me, it was what had caused me to do this. And I begged him, and I told him not to inform his parents, otherwise I was going to walk away from him. And I informed him not to tell my parents as well. So the first time that he caught me, we then kept it to ourselves. The second time as well, he caught me cheating and he cried. So when he caught me the second time, that was when one of my friend said that this thing that you are doing, this man, he is going to kill you. I know this other woman. This woman is in an area in Machipisa. She's then said that let us go there so that you can be helped. At least if this guy will catch you cheating, he won't have the strength to do something bad to you. So we then went to that lady, and she then gave me some prayers, and she told me that these prayers that she had given me, these prayers, they were going to make my boyfriend, like if he was going to catch me cheating, he won't have any strength to argue with me, so that the guy won't do something bad to me, like to murder me or do anything. So I was told that what I was supposed to do was that whenever my boyfriend would have finished bathing, I was supposed to keep that water, and I had to drink that water, like the dirty water that he had used to bath. I had to do this for 3 days, and after those 3 days, I was told that I had to take one of his dirty underwears and I had to return with them back to that prophetess, which I did. I returned with everything to that prophetess, and she told me that what I was supposed to do is that whenever I would be on my menstrual cycle, I had to wear one of my boyfriend's dirty underwear. And I did this, my brother, for 3 consecutive months. And after I had did this, I then found out that this guy that I no longer loved, he was now like madly in love with me. It even reached a point whereby even if I would go out and lie to him, if he would find out that I would have lied to him, he would say that it is far much better for me to be with you rather than for you to dump me, because that is what you told me. You said that if you ever cheat on me again, then if I inform any of my friends or my relatives, then you are going to walk away from me, and I can't even imagine a world without you. And I knew that these charms were working. I returned back to that healer, and I returned back to that prophetess, and I asked her if there was anything that could be done, because the thing that was making me to cheat on him, it was not that he was not a good man. He is a good man, but it is just that his manhood, it doesn't work. It is as soft as a rubber, and I needed something that was hard as a wood that would satisfy me. Then that woman tried everything that she could, and she said, I do not know about this one. And she even said that even if you are going to get married to him, I have seen you crying in old age, because this man is not going to make you go pregnant. That is what she told me. And when she told me this story, I then spoke with my friends about this issue, and I said, what should I do? Should I hang on to him now that I have given him all of these charms that is making him to go crazy over him? This was before he had tried to attempt to take his life. When I had this discussion with my friends, then my friends advised me, and they said that you are young, you are beautiful, we are all going to get married and we are going to have children. What are you going to do? Do you think that you want to reach 50 just for the sake of feeling sorry for him without a child? He can go to hell. He can go and sleep with his mom if his mom is a witch who is using his pee-pee. So my brother, I then said, it is fine, I am going to break up with him. The first time that I tried to break up with him, I just took my clothes when he was at work, and I told him that I could not do this anymore. I wanted to return back home to Bulawayo. So then the guy, that was when he tried to hang himself. Luckily enough, he then texted one of his friends that this was going to be his last day on earth. The guy then rushed and then found him when he was about to hang himself. So everyone then knew that he now had that habit of trying to take his own life. With time, my brother, last year again, we were supposed to chill out from December. I was avoiding him because there was another guy who is from our same neighborhood. This guy, he has been in South Africa, and when he came back, since we had been talking, he said that there is a possibility of him dumping his own wife so that he can get married to me. He was like, I know you and you know my own story. Maybe if we try out love, we can actually respect each other, because he was saying that the lady that he got married to, the lady does not have any respect. And since we know each other from childhood, maybe we can try something out. And I am looking at it as an opportunity, because this guy is someone that is really loaded. Even when he came back home, the car that he was driving, it was such a beauty, my brother, with that blue GP number plate. Whenever we were driving together, I then saw that this was the life that I was supposed to live. This guy, he is promising me something good. So during the holidays, then my boyfriend, I told him that I can't be with him anymore because I have found someone else. That was when he was caught the second time. He was trying to end his life again. So this is the situation that I am facing. Currently, my mom, she hid all of my documents. She took my ID. She said that she wanted to go and print my ID, and she said that there was this other opportunity, so they needed a printout of my ID. Well, when I said, can I have my ID again, this was when this guy was still here in Zim in January. He was supposed to return on the 15th. So he said that whilst I am here, I want you to get a passport so that it will be easy for me. Well, when I asked my mom about that ID so that I can go and apply for the passport, my mom has been refusing to give me my documents. She is saying that you said that you wanted to get married to this young man. Look what you are doing to him. As for now, my mom just thinks that this boy, he is just in love with me like natural love. But what they don't know, it is just a spiritual obsession because of the charms that I gave to him. I then returned back to that prophet, and I told that prophetess that, can you try to reverse these charms? And she said that I tried to give you what she called kundiso, and I do not know how to reverse it. So this is what she told me. She said the least that you can do, just run away. Once you have run away from him, then the charms that I gave him, they are going to fade away. If he does not see me like regularly, the charms will fade away. But I am scared of going to another country without have any documentation. And this guy, he said that it is impossible for me to stay with him, because in the place where he is staying, at the gate, he said that you have to produce your document. That is why he had insisted that I was supposed to get my own passport. As for now, I am even ashamed to tell him that my mom is the one who is keeping my ID. Well, if I knew my birth entry number, I could have gone and lied that my birth certificate is lost, but I do not even know it. All of the documents, they are kept by my mother. So this is the situation that I am facing. Any advice, please help me as quickly as possible. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sisters, and that was a translation of a message that she sent to me. Is it Ama 2K, Ama 2000?